Today I am going to build a racetrack in my back garden, but I only have 7 days to do it in. The problem is last year we completely transformed 14 acres of garden into the dream racetrack, but now it looks like this. It's full of water holes which haven't drained all summer, massive ruts which will break a car, it's completely overgrown, and the jumps were built way too steep and would simply kill you if you went over them. In 7 days, we are holding a YouTubers race. What? So we need to crack on. But what does every racetrack need? A start line. This is my driveway, and as you can see, it's plain tarmac. But to have the ultimate racetrack, we need the ultimate start line. So we are going to build a full-on Formula 1 start grid. And it's lights out and away we go! First of all, we're going to need a black and white checkered start line, a grid to line up all the cars, and red and white curbing to stop you cutting the corner and getting track limits.
Multiple track limits.
Yeah, no worries. So to take on this challenge, we are going to need the ultimate team. This is my mate Pedro, who is actually a professional. His company paints the lines you see down the streets, and this is his accomplice, Andre. Together, we are tackling the first part of the build. So first up, we primed the curbs and marked out where all the lines needed to go. And then we could start with the fun bit, the paint. We're going to have it red and white like a racetrack. Along with Senna, there are going to be some mixed opinions to this so far, but nevertheless, I took control of the painting.
Run over.
We got it.
I think it's obvious to let the professionals carry on the job. First all the red and then the in-between white, and then the last part was sprinkling the glass beads into the wet paint. This will give it the reflective finish that you see on the motorways. We then moved to the checkered start line.
I'm scared.
Spray gun given back to Pedro, we worked into the night. We moved onto the grid and then boarded the start line. But thanks to Pedro and Andre's hard work, despite the tight deadline and lack of sleep, they smashed it. We just needed daylight to see the finished job. So we're into the night, but the driveway, the boys have finished. So now, time for the epic reveal. Morning. Unbelievable. What a start to this amazing build, and it literally is my dream driveway, and I can't wait to start every morning from pole position. But now we need to move on to the gigantic task. I am very, very lucky that this track is in my back garden. When I bought this derelict farm 18 years ago, it was the first thing I built. I lived in a static caravan, but had the best summer's nights. But as we talked about earlier, right now this track is far from drivable. Now the reason why is because we did, if I'm honest, cut some corners because we ran out of time. The winter came and so did the rain. Spent a lot of time and effort making this into the racetrack, but as you can see, we've got a slight issue with drainage. But the trouble is, we've got the whole summer gone and it's still holding water. It's not draining properly. We made some big mistakes. So all of these mistakes have made it unusable in the car and impossible to maintain. The reality is this entire circuit needs a complete revamp. Even the jumps were way too steep. If you hit this in a car, you'd literally break your back. Last year it took us an entire month to make this track, and now we have only 6 days left of the 7-day ultimate build until my mates arrive for the YouTuber car race. So with this seemingly impossible deadline, we're going to need a really good team. Confident?
Very, very confident.
Please meet our digger drivers, James and Justin from Kings Lynn Construction, and they have built racetracks all over the country. 3, 2, 1. Last year's first mistake was the size of our diggers, so now we have a 6-ton bulldozer. That's crazy. That would have took dig, move, dig, move. You can already see the massive improvement. They can move way more soil in a fraction of the time. It's making an hell of a mess.
You can't make an omelette without cracking an egg, can you?
Over the years, the biggest problem I've had with a clay track is sitting water. Since day one, the course has always been dug into the ground, so lowest point is where the water sits. So the lads' crazy plan is to reverse this by pushing all the old dirt onto the track to build up the level. So that means Justin Dozer, which is kindly supplied by Whitnall, is going to be busy, and then James will follow along in the digger with this crazy spinning attachment, which compacts and shapes the surface. The beauty is we're starting again. It's going to be a completely smooth track, which hopefully won't break as many cars. Also no steep edges, so cheaper and easier to maintain, and water catch areas in the middle, off the actual racetrack. Sounds easy? If we had 2 months. We have split the project into 3 sections. Field 1 first, and we are only halfway through the day and we have already completed a big chunk of this first track.
A couple more jumps to shape up, a little bit of trimming. It's coming together, isn't it?
Have you had any problems?
Yeah. Brought a nice beef and spinach sandwich, so we had to stop for breaks. So that's a problem because that's cost us a bit of time.
With bellies full, next job is the hardest part of the field, the huge jumps. And a lot of soil needs to be moved here. To start with, Justin uses this massive rake on the back of the bulldozer. This breaks up the hard packed clay. That makes it loose and breaks into small pieces which are easier to reshape. He's also adding some extra spare soil from the middle. Together it will make a more gradual approach to the jump. It's still going to be massive, but this point here, the takeoff lip, is now not as steep. So it's not such a kicker, and it will hopefully no longer catapult a car into space. Once the soil is there, James then tickles the loose dirt with his digger. This is a very expensive end attachment, but it saves hours of work. It spins to angles without him having to move position. It even has a roller on the back to flatten and compress the ground to the perfect finish shape. He then moves to the edges of the jumps. This is where the attachment is key. Before this revamp, they were steep and very dangerous to mow. But now they are a lot more progressive, so a lot safer. So once they'd finished that, the lads moved into the next field. And this is still the first day of being in these diggers.
Is this all you've done?
Sorry mate, it's took us all day to drain Connor's corner, so we're a bit slow.
You've done all right.
Done
Have
all
you seen a
right.
caravan anywhere?
No.
I did bury a caravan down here.
Yeah, well we're building the track up, we're not digging trenches like the last people did, so we should be alright. I think that'll stay buried.
So as day 2 came to an end, field 1 was complete.
How have they done that in a day?
That's a Subaru dream, that is.
You won't.
Right, should test it out nice and gently.
Yeah, just
But nice and gently to start with.
start with, yeah.
What a better way to test a lad's track building expertise, but with my spine.
Oh no! It's broken!
We are looking for the car to have a little bit of airtime, but without the ridiculous back crunching impact on the landing. We need the car to travel forward and not just up.
Right, gonna put your fine work to test.
It'll be alright, be good.
Go for it! Yeah!
Now, there goes me back. The jump was as good as perfect. Of course, a little bit of pain, but I suppose jumping a road car is not normal behaviour. Well, that's a success of a day if I've ever seen one. That's the whole of track 1 done in only 1 day. Day 2 complete?
I'd say so.
Bring on day 3. Day 3 is pivotal to this build. The massive waterlog has been here all summer. It's never dried up.
Last night we had a little hole out just to try and get rid of some of the water. As you can see, there was probably about 2 foot of water laying here, but we got rid of the majority, but it's still very, very wet.
Now normally we would need to let this wet clay dry up, but we only have 5 days left. We will have to bury it. So, simple start, James is moving the high-edge banking to create enough dirt to raise the extreme low levels of the track, which is why the water has been sat here for a whole year. Once James has moved enough soil onto the track, then Justin comes in with the bulldozer to compact the ground and start to level it out. Whilst we were doing that, myself and Reese had probably the biggest, most important job the UK had ever seen. So we've been given the job of picking all the rocks up. So we finished the track generally, but it's got to be rolled because right now it's loose. So we need a bit of water really and roll it. But before we roll it, we've got to get rid of a lot of these, which is bricks and rocks, stuff which has obviously been uncovered. This work is monotonous and boring, but it's actually vital, as these stones and bricks kill a tractor lawnmower. But even more importantly, a sticky out brick can cause thousands of pounds of damage to a car. Whilst we were busy, Justin started on Storato Jump, and as we discovered earlier in the year, the ramp has a bit too much of a kicker on it. So Justin smooths it off to make it a little bit more usable, ready for the Revamping. But meanwhile, Reese and I had run into a problem.
That is in there.
As I dug in the ground to lift a big rock, I hit something bad.
That doesn't... Is that an old wire?
Turns out this wasn't any old wire laying in the ground. No, that's that cable putting power to the...
Wait, that's got power?
I'd imagine it used to. That's power to the cabin where the airbag was. But breaking this cable had caused more problems than we originally thought. Obviously our cable has blown something. Turns out we'd wiped out the power to the whole house. Oops.
What have you done?
Just got to have gone through a cable again.
Oh, no. Why is it with you and cable?
Well, have you done this before?
Only out the front by the trees.
Not allowed to touch my bush trimmer.
You two, you're very, very in big trouble. Get out of my restaurant, please.
This is not good. We've only 4.5 days left to the race, and being without power to the whole site will definitely slow us down. Dave the electrician is on his way, but he's a few hours away yet. But luckily, we got the sack from picking up the rocks. Meanwhile, James was shaping a corner, which I am very much looking forward to trying. He has made a banked corner. You can see the outside is much higher than the inside. This will help drain the water to sit on the inside of the track. And also, we have our very own identical to scale Daytona banked corner. Oh, and Dave arrived. It's a really cool big one this time, isn't it? It's like that. Is that dangerous?
Yeah.
This is Dave, my friend and regular hero at my house. Last time I cut through the outside lights with James' hedge trimmer. For the second time, he sorted it.
If it wasn't protected, you'd have probably ended up in the next field.
So literally, if it hadn't been tested, it killed you?
Yeah, it stands a chance.
But luckily, I had calculated for that, so me and Reese were still alive. As you can see, Reese had made a right mess of the end of the cable. So Dave had to remove the frayed parts, and then he added a new piece in the middle. He then protected the joints with a clever gel-filled box thing, and within no time, we were back with power.
Yeah, good work. I contributed.
Jane was happy as the house was back with electricity, which means we might get some dinner. The boys had made some great progress with Field 2. The huge puddle has gone and the ground was level to stop it ever happening again. And my back corner is looking amazing. You may be thinking, why a racetrack in your back garden? The main reason is it's my own private space with no restrictions. You can't go crazy on the road as it's a matter of time before you lose your licence and risk hurting others. Track days are expensive, hard to film on, and most don't let you do any drifting. And name another place you can jump a supercar. But I've always wanted a proper area to do some drifting, so to add a little more pressure on the build, I have allocated a big section in field number 2 for Justin to build me a drift pad. Thanks to the huge bulldozer, it was light work. Justin pushed the dirt into a big flat area and drove over it a load of times to compact it down. Then James came to do the finishing touches, and by the end of day 3, we had finished field number 2.
So on day 4 of the build, Mark now wants to turn this field so he can farm it. So he can put some potatoes in here, some sweet corn here and some maize over here. What do you reckon there, Mark?
And the Subaru jump in the lot.
Who are? But he'll want some petrol for that.
So this was the lot, not so much work field. Right, let's take a look round, but
Take a look.
This is the worst one by far.
it's mad, isn't it? Because there's no big elevation changes, I thought it'd be the easy one.
No, I mean there's no jumps, but everywhere is so low that the water's going to sit in every part of the track and it's not going to be very good.
James and Justin's concern is where they're going to get the soil to lift the track height up. In the other two previous fields, there were plenty of soil high spots close to drag the dirt across. But with field 3 being much flatter, that soil simply isn't there. And we are tight on time with only 4 days left to the actual race. Justin's first task was flattening out this big section. It's a big mess from where we ran out of time last year. It's full of deep ruts and piles of soil. So Justin just needs to get in his big bulldozer and pushes it all flat. We unfortunately can't use this stuff to build up the level of the track, as most of it is dead grassroots, so it's useless for now. Next up, I need to get my hands dirty again. The new racetrack is nice and smooth, but the problem is it's very loose. So as soon as we have our race, it will destroy the track with deep ruts. So before my friends arrive, we're going to compact it with this vibrating roller. But it has a catastrophic oil leak, but I have a solution.
Every oil.
So I haven't got a lot of anything, but I got a lot of nothings.
I'll tell you what, I've got you here, look.
You got some in the back?
Like, so there's some more as well.
I've bought cars before and you open up the boot and they've got like a bottle of oil in, which is half full, and you think, yeah, this probably wasn't the best buy. My logic is I just keep topping it up. So basically having a fresh service every time I use it. Oh, look at that. I know that's 710 look.
Oh yeah.
How much today?
That's loads.
We're sorted.
Right,
It's
off
good,
you crack.
good for you to go. That was easy.
That was easy.
So with the oil level back filled, it's time to vibrate out my teeth fillings.
There she goes.
Meanwhile, up at field 3, Justin was working on the first corner, trying to magic soil to use. He has a plan to make another bank corner, so he lowers the soil level on the inside and uses that spare dirt to raise the track level. We have a problem with the roller ring. The ground is so loose and dry, it's not binding together. And this is going to be an issue. The race will destroy the track surface in minutes, and more importantly, we will be wheel spinning in loose dirt with no speed. Before James and Justin can carry on with field number 3, they need to do a bit of housekeeping by moving the Smash Minis that we use as a barricade for the Whistling Diesel Epic Hilux launch.
Have you ever been in an accident but it wasn't your fault and someone hit you up the rear?
Theoretically speaking, you might not have been in the accident, but your car might have been, and then repaired dodgily and sold to you without you knowing. And nobody wants to unwillingly buy a car which has been in a crash. So a great way to check that out is with Car Vertical. But if we check out my car, we can see it's got no mileage fraud, it's never been damaged, but it has got a yellow warning light. And if we scroll down, we can see where it failed its MOT. And we can actually see even what it failed on. And that's why I was able to barter a good deal for this field car. Talking of the field, James is quickly flattening out some of the mounds in the centre of the oval. And if you thought that report was bad, check out this one. It's not been clocked, it's not been stolen, and it has no outstanding finance, but it has been in a crash. And if you scroll down, you can see the photos from when it was auctioned off at the car crash auction website. But this is an example of a clean report with all green lights, so you know it's a good buy. Now, if you want to check out a car, you can use my discount code MARK to save yourself some money on that search. Link is in the description. Thank you, Car Vertical, for sponsoring this video. With the Minis tidied away, they can get back to doing some real work. But we ran into our first major hiccup, and it's my fault again.
What's the job now?
Diesel.
Diesel.
You need to fill up with diesel.
Oh, that looks fun.
Did he order diesel?
No.
Well, we're one, haven't we?
We got no diesel.
We've got no diesel.
James had this fuel tank delivered and asked me to get it filled with diesel, and I totally forgot to do it.
We're not going to have no diesel tomorrow because you're not going to get a diesel delivery. You're probably not going to get no diesel Monday. It's probably going to be Tuesday.
And that's not going to work. We only have 4 days and we can't waste time waiting for delivery of fuel.
Unless you want me to get one of my blokes to travel 2 hours to bring diesel in.
Oh yeah, that should work.
James' company, Kingsland Construction, is from Norfolk, the home of mustard and Lotus.
Straight over on
Thank you for filling that out for me.
No problem, my friend.
Thanks for rescuing us.
That's what we do.
And by the time his man had got to us, we had lost 3 hours and the rest of the day had gone. So day 4 was completed.
And how has it been working with like, the ground and soil? I don't remember last time it was a problem.
It's a bit of a problem now. It's a bit too dry at the minute. We need some rain.
If we can get some rain and we can make it bind.
At the minute,
We've
it's
got
just
the skid steer. It's far too dry.
too dusty.
Rain was now our biggest problem, and it's not something any of us had the power to arrange. The UK's weather has been bad all summer, and we need a little bit more of that, and we need that rain fast. We need water to bind all this dust together. Last year was okay, as the track could sit and compact all winter, but in only 3 days' time we have actual cars on this track. There is rain due this morning, so the lads put the build on hold and kept themselves entertained.
What's up?
The guys have messaged to say they've had an accident and we need to speak to them on FaceTime.
He's got a bit brave and he's had to go at the Hilux ramp. He's a bit...
And this is great use of Whiston Diesel's BMW. It would be a shame to see this go to the scrapyard, as it has a lot of fun memories. And we have some more great news.
We're getting some rain. Can you believe it? So just hoping and praying it doesn't rain too much and not all day, but we get enough so we can pack this ground in and get it nice. So yeah, fingers crossed it's all going to be good.
The rain was enough to get back started, and Justin was on my favourite corner of the whole track, the top corner of the oval, and now the improved version with the BMW statue. But in true UK form, the rain kept coming and coming and coming, to the stage where Justin's big bulldozer was making more mess than fixing it. So Justin swapped out to my little lighter skid steer.
So we got the rain we was asking for, but it's been raining like 3 hours now, and it can stop now because yeah, joys of working with clay.
Big problem, that wrote off the rest of day 5.
And it's like pottery, innit?
Just brown again.
So is that what we need?
Yeah. Just so we can bind it
It's
together.
like Play-Doh, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So after yesterday's big rain downfall, today the condition of the soil is absolutely perfection.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
On your head, son. Only 2 days left, so we have some serious catching up to do. Justin only managed to do this one corner yesterday. This is the biggest field, but it also is the hardest one to work. There is no spare soil, so they are having to work hard to find any extra dirt needed. This is going to be tight on time for this race. So first job again is to rake the field to make the track extra wide. Justin is making it much wider, the full width of the bulldozer around the whole track. This will make sure that when we have the race, there is plenty of opportunities to overtake each other. And most importantly, it will make the best racetrack for the grand finale. James and Justin had worked a very long but successful day 6. Weather had been perfect and the ground was binding together nicely. But still, we are only halfway through this huge field 3. We have 24 hours to finish the rest of the track and roll up the complete track, because right now the moisture is perfect to bind that top crust. We cannot cheat this. 7 days is 7 days.
Got till 12 o'clock tonight then.
We've also got some extra help in on the rollers. Got 2 lads come in who are going to be on both of the rollers, and they're going to be able to compact it down in this perfect weather. Let's get excited. Come on. Last day. Nope, we got nothing. Reese, help me out.
Yay!
Yay! Right.
Cartwheels!
Introduce yourselves.
Samuel. Harry.
And they're going to be on the big important job of trying to make this track solid so we can have our race. And it's perfect conditions. ideal day for rolling. But typically my ancient roller, which despite its looks is actually very reliable, had the worst timing ever not to play ball. Where's the oil cap? That's you, that is.
How is that me?
You took the oil cap
No,
off.
I didn't. You took it
You
off.
checked the oil yesterday, didn't you?
I have video evidence of you doing it.
No, I did the dipstick.
No.
You did the 710 cap.
No, I never. So is that like a head gasket, Lee?
Yep.
Is that like difficult to fix?
Not sure.
Oh, you're going to make such a mess.
Metal bar or anything laying around, Mark? Go on, try it.
No matter what we pulled, pushed or hit, we couldn't get it started.
Oh, don't let us down now.
To be fair, none of us really knew what we were doing. We need both rollers working today to have any chance of being ready for tomorrow's race.
I don't even know where to start.
Whoa!
Take that off. We think this is the culprit. We assume the starter motor is stuck, but no matter what we tried, we couldn't free it. It just would not fire into life.
So what's the idea of whacking it?
Just try and get it get it engaged, like free it up.
Like CPR?
You don't normally hit someone with a hammer for CPR, but if you want to put it in that context, yeah.
What am I doing?
I see the oil cap as well. I see the oil cap. Hang on. Start, you big piece of
With no joy, I called for backup and a replacement roller. Hi Ross, you right?
Yeah, man, good.
I need a big favour. Would you have a roller and any way of getting one to me now?
We've got one, we can go and pick it up but it's from Meriden.
From Meriden, so that's going to be like an hour-ish, isn't it, by the time you're here?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do that? Yeah, could you do that then, please, Ross? Dormer Plant, are going to save the day? So the replacement roller is on its way. James and Justin got back up to the top field 3, Harry was on the one working roller, and Sam pulled the short straw and was removing some more sticky out bricks and rocks. So the final push. James is shaping up the wider racetrack in the digger. The long straight didn't need much work, but after a bit of titillating, it now should be perfectly flat. He also took a random leftover mound of mud from last year's track build to help smooth out the landing of the jump separating the two fields. That also widened the entrance between the trees. Harry was busy doing lap after lap, and after a couple of hours wait, Ross came up trumps.
Dormer Plant, how I let here to save the day.
With 2 rollers now on track, Carwell filmed its next video. But we had a little issue.
What's happened now, Jay?
We have run out of diesel.
How's day 7, our last day, going?
Not ideal.
You're a good old sucker, Harry Chavy.
Dormer grabbed this straight from a local job, so it didn't go back to the yard, so they had no chance to fill the diesel. But we had my broken roller sat there as the spare fuel tank. Luckily, Justin had sucked on a pipe or 2 before. 2 rollers going made a huge difference. You can visually see them making a hard surface crust, which will be perfect for tomorrow's race. The rain we had made a massive difference to soil, and it's transformed the workability of this clay just in time.
Getting there now with the track. Last day prep. It's going down really well, but it's looking really good. Packed in really well. Hopefully get going to Blue Groove. Mega.
Justin grabbed the skid steer for a few final hours to groom it perfectly.
Have you seen what the stickers say?
Yeah, McCann.
What's it?
That says McCann.
Hang on, do it as if you're kick-starting a bike.
And with Justin in the skid steer, he tidied up the final little bits. He also picked up any rogue stones, but this time he took out no electricity cables. And yes, they got it finished within the 7 days. Obviously, being an off-road racer, having my own track is literally a dream come true. And in all the years of having fun up in this back garden, it has never looked this good. And soon my YouTuber friends had arrived.
It looks great though, it's incredible.
Thank you. When I rocked up, I was like, yes, a petrol head lives here. Bro, you're living the dream.
This is incredible.
The jumps are safer, the puddles are gone, the banks are mobile, and the track is rock hard and super flat.
How many of you did this in a week? 2. What, you 2?
And
How
what
is
was
that even possible?
And I don't know how they managed it. They've literally made a masterpiece, and they've proven that they are the perfect track builders to take on this project. The banked corner, the genius whistling diesel corner.
What the f is a car doing nosedive into the ground?
They've smashed the drift area and lots of giant jumps which probably won't break your back.
I wasn't sure what to expect, honestly. And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, it's going to be sick. And then you brought me here, and then you brought me here, and it's, bro.
No, it's amazing. I'm really lucky. Thank you.
Mate, it was worth the 2-hour drive.
But before we had a race, the lads needed a sighting lap. Yanni had crowned himself already, and Jamie needed an extra hand.
This is so
What a
sick.
difference, it's so much smoother.
It's better, isn't it? It's still going to be rough.
Honestly, I'm so excited.
I want you to do that jump there.
Bro, I'm going to do that's the grand finale. I'm going to backflip a car.
Banger racing as well, if we sort of like...
Can we
Can we
like,
bump?
a little flick? Are we
It's
allowed
up
to?
to you.
Okay.
Is that where the rules are set?
I'm asking for a friend.
Listen, this guy's talking about bumping. He's going to be nowhere near anyone to bump him, especially not me. I'll tell you that.
Mate, I've been on drag race with you, mate.
That's straight line. Have you got the skills on the corners? Is the question.
Right, do you know the track? Sorted? Yeah, let's go.
I have no clue. I need a nervous wee.
So now, just one thing left to do. The race. So we have Jamie on pole, Yanni second, then we got James and Justin, and I'm at the back. Right, I'm going to say it again. Do not hurt anyone. You've got airbags.
I've got airbags. Bad thing. I've been
Suited deployed.
broken thumbs. Oh,
Jamie has already broke it.
You are going to get smoked out with that window now. All the dust is going to go in the car.
bro.
Shall I do the pit manoeuvre on Jamie just to wipe him out as soon as we start going?
Right, guys. Thank you for coming as test dummies. I hope everyone survives this. I just want to say thank you for being the first occupants on the new racetrack.
Let's have it!
So the winner gets crowned as the champion of the new racetrack, and you have to buy dinner.
Huh? I want to win, but I don't want to win that much.
Glad I'm not driving.
3, 2, 1, go!
What? Ah! Like that, yeah? Oh, no! Come on, Scandi flicking that.
Same is on it.
Ah, I spun it!
Oh no! No!
Overplayed it, mate! You overplayed it!
Oh no! Everyone's got in the corner.
He's right on my tail.
Oh, he's gone wide. He's gone wide.
Oh no!
Oh, you
He spun him out. It was amazing chaos.
No!
We were having the time of our lives, which is exactly why we built this track. Until Jamie took on a passenger.
Sick! That's a bumblebee!
Which actually turned out to be the least of his problems.
What? Oh, the yeah!
He jumped it! He jumped it! No way! He jumped it! Yes!
Bro, I was trying so hard. Thanks, come on. In hell!
Until I realised the race hadn't finished.
Race! I'm in the race!
Let's have it! Seatbelt, seatbelt! I literally hate it. Bro!
Oh, this is close. This is close to the finish.
Ah! Bro, my seatbelt is not on! It doesn't... No!
And a winner!
Go big handbrake, bro! No, seatbelt! get in the car with this guy again.
Who won?
We won.
Oh, the boys won.
Oh, it's been a bad day at the office for me today.
We'll leave that there.
Just leave a reminder.
Well, look at my light. Look at my light.
I thought we were going over, bro.
Right, so the winner, of course, the lads, the track builders, Jamie and Justin, well done. Right, we'll see you next Tuesday, 6 p.m.
It's like seals. Go on, pump start it.
Big swing. McCann.